Are you looking for the must-see monuments in Catalonia? In this list, you'll discover some of the region's most spectacular sites. So get your pen and paper, cause there are some on this list you haven't even heard of. And stay tuned until the end to discover the historical gems that you shouldn't miss on your next trip to Catalonia. And before we begin, if you like our videos, let us know in the comments below and subscribe if you haven't done so. It helps us a lot to bring you more amazing places from Spain. And in no particular order, number 1, and I'm sure you heard of this one, the Basílica La Sagrada Familia of Barcelona. One of the city's most recognizable symbols is the Sagrada Familia, the masterpiece of the architect Antoni Gaudí, and perhaps one of the most well-known monuments of Spain in the world. This imposing expiatory temple, still under construction more than 140 years after its first stone was laid, attracts millions of visitors each year. Its exterior is particularly impressive, with facades that seem sculpted by nature itself. The Nativity facade, full of details about Jesus' childhood, stands out for its vitality and decorative richness, while the Passion facade has a more austere and dramatic style, depicting the suffering of Christ. The Facade of Glory, still under construction, will be the main and most monumental one. The towers, which continue to rise year after year, offer an incomparable view of the city and reflect Gaudí's intention to connect heaven and earth. Number 2, this one I bet you didn't know, the Roman Theatre of Tarragona. The Roman amphitheatre of Tarragona, built by the sea at the end of the 2nd century AD, is one of the most impressive spots that the city has to offer. During the time of the Empire, this enclosure held up to 14,000 spectators and was the scene of spectacles such as gladiator combats, fights with wild beasts, and even public executions. Today, part of the stone stands that surrounded the arena are still visible from the amphitheatre park. Furthermore, it is possible to access the interior, to explore its vaults, and admire its remains. Number 3, this one is really unknown, the Seu of Lleida. In the northwest of Spain, in a truly privileged place and in the center of the city of Lleida, rises the monumental complex of the hill of Seu Vella. Made up of different buildings, the Seu Vella or the Old Cathedral, the King's Castle or Suda, the military fortification that surrounds the entire enclosure, and various archaeological remains that helps us to understand the present. Entering the complex and heading towards the cathedral, we are presented with the cloister. Built between the 11th and the 14th centuries, it is of spectacular dimensions and is considered one of the greatest of Gothic Europe. It has 4 very tall and wide galleries and 17 huge windows, richly decorated. It was built atypically, at the foot of the temple for the lack of space, which made it a magnificent place of welcome and reception, far from the position occupied by other cloisters. The 11th century church is accessed from the cloister through the doors of the Romanesque facade. The architectural detail of the door of the Portal Mayor is impressive. Upon entering, its nakedness is surprising, because sadly many of its ornaments were mutilated, burned and desecrated when the cathedral was turned into a military headquarters. This is because from the War of the Succession between 1701 and 1715 it was transformed into a military headquarters. To this military use, which lasted until 1948, we must add the concentration camps during the Spanish Civil War between 1936 and 1939. The church is in a Latin cross plan with 3 naves and a stepped head. The Romanesque and Gothic forms coexist together, although the Romanesque style dominates, especially in the capitals and doorway. It is really worth your time stopping and admiring the capitals. Number 4. Another cathedral. The Cathedral of Girona. The Girona Cathedral is, without a doubt, one of the most emblematic buildings in Catalonia. From the outside, the Girona Cathedral looks impressive, but nothing prepared me for what I was about to see inside. Hidden behind these walls is one of the largest Gothic spaces ever built. Its construction unfolded over several centuries, which is why it combines elements of different architectural styles. But among the most outstanding spaces is its Romanesque cloister, one of the oldest elements preserved in the cathedral. Its galleries and capitals allow you to admire the Romanesque art that formed part of the first major construction phase of the temple. Once inside, the feeling is truly astonishing, and as I mentioned, one of the aspects that makes it unique is its spectacular Gothic nave, considered the widest in the world of its style, after the one and only St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. This feature makes it a landmark of European medieval architecture. The spaciousness of the central nave creates an open space that conveys serenity from the very first moment. The Gothic architecture directs the gaze upwards, while the light that filters through the stained glass windows contributes to creating a unique atmosphere. It's a place that invites you to explore it calmly, observing every detail and enjoying the harmony of the whole complex. The result is a monumental building that dominates Girona's skyline and has become one of its greatest heritage landmarks. And number 5, another unknown monument, the Tarragona's Roman Aqueduct. The Les Ferrers Aqueduct, also known as the Devil's Bridge, is located just 3 kilometers from the center of Tarragona, and it is one of the city's symbolic sites. It is a fragment of the original aqueduct from the 1st century BC, which supplied water to the ancient Tarraco from the river Francoli. and is in an exceptional state of preservation. This section features 2 levels of superimposed arches that reaches a height of up to 27 meters. It is worth climbing to the top and exploring its more than 200 meters in length. Surrounded by a natural environment, the area is also perfect for hiking. Now that you know about these impressive monuments in Catalonia, there is only one thing left to do: experience them in person. So plan your next getaway and discover the history, art and heritage that await you in each of these places in Spain. My name is Alex Moraras. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment and definitely subscribe as we discover more amazing places to visit before you come to Spain.